as the kids come down the front, I've got a question for all of us. Is there any jobs in your life, whether you're young or whether you're old, that you do not like having to do? Are there any jobs in your life, young or old, that you do not like having to do? In our household, there's a few jobs that are a little bit like that. One such job is neither Michaela nor I like doing our dishes. That's just a job that neither of us have enjoyed, but we still have a dishwasher, so it kind of does half the work for us. But even so, we don't like doing the dishes. You might have a job that's like that. Boys and girls, do you have any jobs that you do not like having to do? What? Clean your room. That's the old one, right? None of us, whether we're young or old, likes the task of having to clean our room. Yesterday in our household, we thought it was a wise idea to redo our wardrobe, right? In other words, tip everything out and redo everything, which happens once in a blue moon for all of us. And that was just an extra thing to add to our load. Today, we're going to be talking about what we have been chosen for. And we are all chosen for a purpose. Can you think of any Bible characters that were given a very special job by God? Any Bible characters were given a very special job by God? Was Moses given a job? Yeah. Was Noah given a job? What was Noah's job? Noah's job was to build the ark. What about a gentleman who had to go to this place? All right, are we ready? This is the great city of Nineveh. From a distance, it looks like a really nice place to visit. But when you get all the way up close, what do you see? Keep out. Do any of your bedrooms have a keep out sign on it? No, right? No, we would not do that. But when you reach the front door, it doesn't seem like quite a friendly place. When you get inside and you meet the king and the locals, you might wish you'd never come. Here is the king of Nineveh with his "how far can I throw the visitors over the wall" machine. His record is 352 cubits. Here are some ancient carvings from Nineveh. If you're on holidays, it is best not to visit Nineveh. This is Jonah. He's happy at home. He is a long way from Nineveh. One day, God sent a very short message to Jonah. It said, "Dear Jonah, go to the great city of Nineveh and tell them to stop being nasty or else love from God. P.S. Don't forget your toothbrush." He even gave him a map. Here's Nineveh. You are here. Here's Tarshish. Don't go here. So, Jonah, having listened to God's message, hopped in a boat to Tarshish and sailed off into the sunset away from Nineveh and away from God. So God sent a huge storm with big black clouds and lightning and waves and all the things you just don't want. And "Help," cried the captain. "Save us," prayed the sailors. Meanwhile, "Wake up, Jonah," yelled the captain, "and pray to your God." "Whose fault is this?" asked the sailors, as they drew straws, deciding who was going to jump off first. "Mine," said Jonah, holding the short straw. "I'm running away from God. I think he just caught up with me." So what do you think the solution is, right? So the sailors grabbed Jonah and threw him into the sea. 1, 2, 3. Splash! But God sent a whale to save Jonah. For 3 days and 3 nights, Jonah spent his time in the belly of a whale, mostly thinking about the things that he'd done wrong and why he ran away from God. You see, God had called Jonah, had chosen Jonah for a purpose. And the reason Jonah didn't want to go to Nineveh, back here, off that, the reason Jonah didn't want to go to Nineveh was because he didn't like the fact that these people who were very mean might get saved by God. So Jonah prayed, "Thanks God for saving me. I will do what you asked." There we go. So then the whale swam up, vomited Jonah up on the beach, and God sent Jonah another message. What does it say? It says, "Dear Jonah, did you have a nice trip? I hope you had a whale of a time. Now go to Nineveh and tell them, stop being nasty or else." Love from God. So Jonah knocked on the front door after a few days' walk, and it opened, and in he marched. "Stop being nasty or else," he preached. "Stop being nasty or else." When the king heard Jonah's message, he realized that while he enjoyed throwing visitors over the wall very, very much, it was not fun for the visitors. So the king stopped being nasty, put on his "I'm sorry" clothes, and asked God to forgive him. And everyone in the whole city did the same. Here are some more ancient carvings. Jonah was furious. Notice the door. What does the door say now? Oh, they've had a change of heart. Jonah was furious. He was so mad there wasn't going to be an or else for the people of Nineveh. So he sat out the city and he fumed. Have you ever had something not go your way and you have to go and sit down and have a bit of a grump for a while? Right? Yeah, we've all had that experience. Well, Jonah was in that exact situation. He was having a grump. God grew a bush to shade Jonah because it was so hot, just like it is in Australia at the moment. And Jonah was happy about the bush. The next day, God, what did he do? Sent a worm to munch on the bush, and the bush died. So Jonah was furious at God. He was angry at the worm. He was angry that the bush had died. He was also angry at Nineveh. So God sent another message to Jonah. And we'll come back to this message in my sermon in a little bit. It says, "Dear Jonah, is it hot enough for you? You care about the bush that gave you shade. I care about the people, the boys and the girls and the animals in Nineveh. Shouldn't you? Lots of love, God." And Jonah was left to think about how much God cares about even the people that he doesn't like. Thank you for listening so well, boys and girls. You can all go back to your seat and listen out for that story again in the sermon.